Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today's question comes from Jordan Thompson, N7XLD. And his question is very simple. How do I determine how much power my antenna can handle? Well, most wire antennas, things where the coax is directly connected to the antenna or something like that, can handle the full power output. What will limit the power output is the presence of things such as balun, RF capacitors, or other things that are sensitive to high voltage. Okay? And the problem with balun is that if the magnetic core that's in the balun saturates, the whole thing stops working properly. Okay? The other thing that you can do with the magnetic core is if you put too much power, too much heat, it can actually shatter. And you don't want that to happen. Also, you can get things melting in there if you do that. You don't want to do that. So I have an HF dipole that has weathered in the sun, and the decal no longer provides information on the make or model. I recently built a kit, a linear amplifier, and would like to use it, but I need to determine the maximum limit of the antenna. From the looks of it, I believe the manufacturer brand is Buckmaster. So you would look on their website for antennas that are similar. And I am using it as an inverted V. Okay, now unless there is a balun of some kind up there, you can probably run full power if the wires connect directly to the antenna. If there is a balun in there, that's a different story. When I look at their website, it shows a 300 watt model and a 3000 watt model. Now, let me tell you what they mean when they say 300 watts. They mean 300 watts single sideband. Okay? Single sideband, because the duty cycle on single sideband, even with compression, is only about 40% while you're transmitting. And if you happen to be transmitting for more than a few minutes, you reach the heat limit of the balun in there. Now, there's a 3000 watt model. I have driven it at 300 watts, but I don't know what would happen at 1 kilowatt if it is only rated at 300. Perhaps fireworks? Well, you'd find all of a sudden that your SWR went crazy because the balun shatters. That would cause it to go bad. You can also saturate the balun, which would cause the SWR to go hairy or not. What I would do, if you don't have any receipt or don't remember the model number or anything like that, I find sometimes if I go through, I keep all my amateur radio receipts in a book right here called Amateur Radio. This has got all the instruction books and everything from all of the stuff that I've bought and the original receipt and so on. So you should keep something like that in your station, a record of all of the various books or instruction books and things like that. You can do it at a filing cabinet, you can do however you want it, but do get them in one place so you can go back and look at the model number and see something like that. If you can't tell from the size, what you could do is email Buckmaster or wherever you got the antenna. If you've had it that long, you may not have gotten it from DX Engineering, who are relatively new in the field, but you can try. You can try. Because the 3000 model will be bigger. Okay, the connectors will be the same size, but the actual balun will be bigger. And check that out before you put 1000 watts in there. If you do put 1000 watts in, make sure it's single sideband and keep checking the SWR. Now, the problem is that's a destructive way to find out. The way to find out, because if you try 1000 watts on it, you might actually destroy it. So maybe that's not a good idea. Keep it to 300 until you can verify that it's a 3000 watt model. If you've probably got an SO239 connector on the bottom, if there's no balun in there and it's just connected to the two wires, you can run that easily at the legal limit, which is not 3000 watts, 1500 watts, PEP. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Also, if anybody watching would like to contribute to the channel funds, please go to dcastler.com/support for different ways you can support this channel. Also check out dcastler.com/giveaway for our monthly giveaway. Every month we have a giveaway of some interesting and useful working item that we will send out. And from time to time, I'll put up things that aren't working, and I'll just say, if anybody wants this, send me a note that you want it. And I'll wait a couple days to pick up responses and then send the thing out. I've just got so much stuff in the shack, it's got to be cleared out. We'll do it a little at a time. Until we next meet, 73.